The reality of being a content creator with over 200,000 followers is I'm broke. I go viral literally every single week. Every week. I got like over 8 million views this past month. I have like loyal fans, you know? But I'm just like, yo, I had $101 in my bank account yesterday. Last month, the Creator Fund paid me like $70 because I make a lot of short form videos that aren't over 1 minute long. And I'm gonna keep saying this, like, people are not paying black creators. I have fucking verified companies and businesses commenting on my videos trying to be relatable and shit. And it's just like, you guys won't fucking pay me. Like, it gets to a point, I'm getting like really frustrated because this has been my career for a while. Like, I used to make a lot more money on social media, and I feel like as my platform grows bigger and bigger, people get this idea that like you must be doing very, very well, like even better than before. And I'm just like, dude, what? Anyway, if you want to literally send me money, because I'm just like, this is so dumb.
Oh, wow.
The reality of being a content
We just saw the transition. So she went from being a content creator to now she's ultimately ended up a content beggar. She was making real deal content. And then she said it's because she's black. It's not because you're black. You said the original reason why it is, which is you make shorter videos, and now they've changed the rules. If you didn't know, TikTok changed the rules to where now if your videos are under $1, 1 minute, they don't get monetized. As well as what I found out recently is that they added another stipulation. Oh, they're just adding all type of rules to make it harder to get paid. They're still getting paid, even off your short stuff. Keep in mind. But now another rule is that the people, it used to be if the person watches 5 seconds of the video, then it counts as monetized. Now in order for the video to qualify as monetized as well, the person has to watch at least 30 seconds of the video. That's what I heard. So I think all these things have dinged her, because even if she tries to make a 1 minute video, it's still going to be hard for somebody to watch 50% of it. You would still need to make a longer video in order to average out the amount of people who will watch 30 seconds of it minimum, right? So I think that's the issue. And she's saying she used to get paid good, but now things have slowed down and she doesn't even have $100 in her bank account. And now she's salty about that. You know, the people who are salty about not getting paid now, but there was a golden period when things were good and they were getting paid. The people who are always salty about that are the people who didn't, when the gold rush was happening, the people who didn't actually keep some of that gold for themselves and retain it. Because that's what I'm talking about, retention. See, had you kept a percentage of it, you would still be able to reflect back on it and say, you know what, man, those were good times. Man, it was a lot of money came in. I'm glad I kept some of that, invested some of that. But what it appears is she just spent it all, and she thought that it was always going to be funneling straight into her bank account. And she didn't think that in business, you could have bad seasons or you could just go out of business completely. So the learnable lesson is next time, keep a little something so that when you look back on those times, you can still know that you actually kept some of that for yourself and still feel good about it. And you don't have to feel like it wasn't worth nothing. Y'all, before we get into the next clip, if you like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you can hype.
I get on here complaining that how y'all have to go back working a 9 to 5 because you started balling and spending money like your ass is Dwayne Wade or some shit. Y'all start getting paid from these social medias, and then it's like everything just goes out the window and you just start feeling like you above everything as far as finances. Why, if you starting to get a $4,000 check, you think, oh, let me go get me a high rise in an expensive ass city that you probably paying close to that $4,000 check that you're getting or more, trying to keep up with the Joneses. I really don't understand that. Help me understand that. This girl just got on here talking about how she was making $60,000 from TikTok. I think that's a lot of damn money for each month. How do you blow that much money? And now you're talking about now you gotta go back working a 9 to 5. Are y'all just dumb? Are y'all dumb? How hard is it to stay down until you can stack up some extra money? Like, and nobody's saying not to go, get you a new car, say if you don't got no car. Or go get you a used car because your car that you got is not properly working. Nobody's saying not to do those things or to go and put yourself in a better living situation. But it's like y'all get this extra little bit of money and y'all think y'all just overly rich now. Like, and then when shit starts slowing down, y'all looking like, who the fuck done did it? You did it.
Look at this.
You did it. I say all this to say, y'all get on here and be fumbling hella bags. Hella bags. And it be pissing me off because certain opportunities was given to the right people. Motherfuckers ain't fumbling that. They not. But y'all, especially in this economy, I don't know what the hell y'all be thinking. Y'all get on here.
Look at this freeze frame. This chick is right in the middle of driving. And look at this part too. Because the whole time she was driving, it's not like she's just looking forward and filming her video that she urgently has to film at this moment. She's looking into the camera and everything while having her hands preoccupied, both hands. She has the sauce in one hand, the nugget in the other hand, and she's staying like that the entire time she's driving while also glancing at the camera for periods of time.
In a better living
And look at this part.
But it's like y'all get this extra little bit of money and y'all think y'all just overly rich now.
Watch this. Watch this.
Like, and then when shit starts slowing down, y'all looking like, who the fuck done did it? You did it.
Look. In motion, pointing in the camera, looking at the camera. Let me tell you something. If you unalive somebody's family on the road, driving, not paying attention, because you're doing three things at once, and it doesn't seem like the main priority is actually driving and focusing on the road. If you unalive somebody's family because you just couldn't go wait and do this later, you should be in prison for a long time for that. And it should be treated like you murdered them. Because this is just dumb.
A lot of these celebrities and influencers may seem like they have a lot of money, but they don't. They live check to check just like everybody else. Some of them, not all of them, but a lot of the ones that portray these lifestyles, like they always going on vacation and they always buying, certain, luxury brands and stuff like that.
This is how you do a video in your car.
They don't have it like they portray that they have it online. 99% of these people are using y'all as the method. When y'all buy stuff from them, they use those funds to then go purchase the stuff that they told y'all that they have on hand. And then that's when they ship them out to y'all weeks and weeks later. And a lot of these gurus that be selling these courses, no matter what kind of course it is, all they do is just copy and paste from somebody else. They buy it from somebody else for, $500, $1,000. And then they just memorize it and regurgitate it to y'all like they've been knowing it for XYZ amount of years. A lot of these people are staying in influencer and celebrity homes, which means that there are probably 10 of them in a 4-bedroom house. And a lot of people who have these exotic cars are pooling their money together and sharing these cars. So it's a different person driving that car every day of the week. So please stop feeling like you're behind for your age, because a lot of people are faking their lifestyles.
I think all these influencers are lying about being rich. I've almost had 1 million followers. Broke as fuck. Well, not broke, but like I go to my regular minimum wage job every single day, 5 days a week. Clock in. That's how I pay all of my bills. Is that my thing? I did my taxes and I only got 3 brand deals this year, each for $2,000, which works out to like $500 extra a month. Amazing, gorgeous. I can never be happier. But I'm just saying $500 a month is not livable. But I am super grateful for it. But I'm saying that's all that I got.
Dang, she has a lot of clout, man. Just this post alone has over 250,000 likes and like almost 3,000 shares.
You could see, And I think just these influencers are lying to you. I think because they're either trying to sell you a course or tell you how great their life is after, you've insulted them. But there's nothing up here. I'm up here now with everybody else, and I'm telling you that there is nothing up here. And the fuck is this?
You know, the discourse this week that people are having about influencer culture and how that one creator made a video basically saying that influencers are one check away from, what did she say? Something along the lines of influencers are one check away from welfare. That honestly reminds me of when Instagram influencing became popular and people would say, you know, the girls that are going on trips are actually getting pooped on. The girls that are going on trips are actually getting pooped on by the men in Dubai, and that's how they're able to afford all this travel and stuff. And da da da. They all have sugar daddies. You know, they're all doing this, they're all doing that, right? And I think the same thing now that I thought then, which is that that whole sentiment, while for some people that may be a true situation, the undertones behind that sentiment is just rooted in.
She ain't talking about nothing.
The easiest way to tell if whether or not an influencer is broke or if they're really a Trump supporter is to go into their page and see if whether or not they are beginning to post pro-Trump stuff. If they're actually recording videos that align with Trump and posting it to their main page, they're broke. They're really broke, especially if this is not the usual type of content they've done in the past. They're broke as fuck. If they're simply just doing a silent repost, more than likely they're a Trump supporter. More than likely they're MAGA. You see, because in 2025, going into 2026, the easiest way to touch six figures is to start grifting. That's all it takes. All you have to do is literally just open up your camera and say, "You liberals," in that tone of voice specifically, and start grifting. And I promise you, you'll hit six figures. Do y'all not remember that woman who
These people aren't talking about anything that have to do with the topic. So, so they're using the topic, a highly viral and relevant topic right now, for them to really just express how they feel about other stuff, is what it seems like. The other chick, I'm expecting her to talk about broke influencers, and she starts talking about people getting defecated on in a desert. And then this dude done found a way to make this political in some way. Just couldn't follow the assignment.
See, here's the thing. I tell you guys this all the time, but for some reason, you guys don't seem to listen. Followers do not equate to money when you aren't posting the right type of content. So the other day, I had a coaching call with a young man who has 900K followers here on TikTok. And a lot of his friends think that he's making thousands and thousands of dollars, which he's not at all. The only money that he has coming in is from the TikTok creative program. And that's not even enough for him to pay his bills. So of course, like any normal one-on-one, I gave him like a brief profile audit. Main thing I noticed is all he posts is interview style content. Him
Mm,
interviewing people on the street. Now this type of content is great because he enjoys making it. He really likes doing it. Totally fine for him. But when it comes to
mm-mm.
monetization, he's having struggles because his content doesn't provide any type of value other than humor. Of course, we went over a whole content revamp, and I essentially told him, you can't just stick with humor. You have to give people value. That's how you're going to monetize your platform. If you're providing some type of value that brands want to see, if you're providing some type of value that people are willing to pay for, that's how you're going to make money off your content. So now, in addition to the street videos that he likes to make, now he also makes content centered around things that you can do in New York, places to go, activities to do, plays to watch. He makes content around that. And his monetization tool is he's also a tour guide. He'll take you around the city. He'll create an itinerary of things that you can do while you're staying there. He also will give you food and hotel recommendations as well. We had this call in March, and it took him a little while to get things together logistically, but just last month he made $10,000 off of this content strategy. Now, I say all that
Okay,
to say you can post funny,
that's good.
humorous, quirky TikToks or trends and transitions. You can have fun with social media, but then also throw in another content pillar where you're adding value. So that way, when you want to monetize, you can easily find passive and active ways to monetize your account, and you don't have this large following with nothing to do with. Right now, I hope this helps. Now, if you're looking to make passive or active income in your niche, I have a whole entire playlist of passive and active income ideas for different niches to help you guys out.
That was good. So she works with people, and I like the fact, because here's the elephant we got to address in the room. The elephant in the room is that obviously when she was talking to this person who does the interviews, it sounds like he's doing interviews on the wrong platform. If you want to make money, I mean, I'm pretty sure Shannon Sharp made a lot of money off his interview style platform, but it's not on TikTok. It's on YouTube. So if you want to do interview style videos, that could work, especially if you're just doing it on the street, where you'll always have, willing people who are willing to talk and give you content. You just need to do it on YouTube. He's doing it on TikTok, I'm assuming. So it's no wonder why you can't monetize, because TikTok just doesn't pay very good RPMs, which is revenue per mille, which is revenue per 1,000 views. It pays very low in comparison to other platforms. I hear Facebook actually pays the most RPM. So I think that could have been a strategy. But what I do like is, it is hard to migrate your audience from one platform to the other. So she was probably just trying to give him the best advice she could give him off his already established audience on TikTok, which was great advice, because a lot of people get stuck in that trap where they realize that the RPMs aren't RPMing on TikTok, and so they're not really making it as passively just from creating the content. And then what do? They take the easy route. They just start begging. And that's why TikTok is in a lot of the stuff probably that it's in. Because TikTok is going to have a hard time making money when people aren't even taking the content serious anymore, which how are advertisers going to take it serious when you've got such a large segment of your content creators who, when they're like, well, I want to put my ad on such and such niche. And then you look at the niche and it's like, who wants to be on the begging niche? Because that's a niche now, only on TikTok. And that's a simple fix. See, if YouTube was having a begging problem, where that's what people were just trying to do and take advantage of, guess what it would do? It would create some rules. And see, YouTube invests in itself. It could create a software that could catch that. And then before you even upload it, it would probably even limit you from uploading, because YouTube invests in its technology. I don't really see TikTok investing in its technology like that in order to be able to stop problems dead in their tracks. So when they have a problem, it just gets worse and worse. And the way that I guess TikTok decided to handle the problem was just by saying, well, we're just not going to pay anybody. So now the good content creators also get penalized for what the people who are ruining it for everybody ultimately started.
I know that there is a lot of talk about, society and how all these people are like, I went from, being broke and having nothing to now making six figures or whatever the case is. That discussion is cool, but what I'm starting to see around the discussions around lifestyle and money is that people are trying to act like there aren't systems in place that purposely make sure majority of people don't live a good life. Like, I'm so tired of some of these social media influencers talking about if you're not doing it, you're just lazy or you're just stupid because it's so easy to make money online. It's so easy to do this. Though there is a lot of opportunity that the social media space has created to make money, let's not negate the fact that here in America, but in the world, we have systems that are in place that were literally meant to keep people behind. Capitalism, sexism, racism, every other isms, right? These systems were purposely created to keep majority of the people living in the system, relying on the system to keep them behind, to keep.
So she doesn't want to live in a capitalism society. So what's the alternative? You want to live in the other type?
Keep them poor. Because a few people, right, trickled from the bottom to the top, those same few people go, if I can, I did it. That means that you guys just don't want to live a good life. You guys just don't. I'm pretty sure that everybody would want to live a good life. Everybody would love to have more money, the money that they need to be able to do the things that they want, right? But what I hate about the discussions around these people is they make it seem as if like there are like it's just solely up to the individual. We don't live in a world that intentionally puts people down. You literally can make life what you literally it's all up to you. The reason why you're struggling, the reason why you are working however many hours a week but still don't have enough money, all this stuff is simply because of you, and that's just not the case. I know that there is a lot of
So what is it? If it's not you, like, is it just all external? There's just nothing you can do to change it? Because I would argue, if we look at your life, it's not gonna be a representation to where you can objectively look and say, "Oh, this person is grinding, getting out the mud every second, every moment of their free time. They're putting it into trying to change their life and trying to be as stable as possible and ultimately thrive and be abundant." I don't think we would look at your life and it would just be so regimented every second, every hour. You got your calendar, you got every minute timed, and then you go to sleep. Soon as you wake up, you get up like commando and just get straight to chasing all your dreams and all your goals. I don't think your life is going to look like that. I don't think it's going to look even close. Because how you started it was, she said, "Oh, people talk about it's going to be easy," and they forget what societal structure we're in. So they told you it was going to be easy. And ultimately, you want it to be easy. You want it to be easy. And I'm glad she said that. She Freudian slipped that. Because let's just call spade a spade. People want to live this life. They want to have everything and they want it to be easy. They want it to be easy. They don't want it to be hard. They don't want to have to actually do what it's going to actually take, which, whatever you think it's going to take, you need to multiply that by at least 10 because people underestimate what it actually takes. They want to get on social media, since we're talking about creators, and they want the first video to take off immediately. They don't want to have to be working hard, making content, and then it get one view for a long time. And you stay consistent and you stay motivated and you keep a good attitude. And then even when you start getting views, if we talk about YouTube, what happens? People don't know that on YouTube, you'll be still making content and it'll be getting traction. And YouTube will actually be putting ads on your videos. But if you don't hit certain metrics, you still don't get monetized. I think you have to have 4,000 watch hours, at least 1,000 subscribers, something like that on YouTube before you can get paid for anything. So you have to get 4,000 watch hours. We got people on TikTok just getting mad because they have to have a video for a minute. Did I say a minute? I said hours, 4,000 hours that people have to watch your stuff. So 4,000 hours, YouTube gets that free. And that's a grind. And you have to stay committed. And it's hard. And you're working hard and you know you're not going to get paid. And then even when you have a viral video, you see it and you're like, dang, but I still don't get, I done had my one pop off. And I don't get to see, I don't even get to see what that looked like. It's a grind. It's hard. And you have no guarantees that it's going to work or that it's even going to pay off and be worth it. So you just have to hope that at the very least, what you could take away from it is some insights and some lessons. And that may be the only payoff that you get. And you're just going to have to leverage that and use that and keep that and hold on to that and take that into your next endeavor. And that's how life can be sometimes. But we'll leave it there for today. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video, hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And since I'm a smaller content creator, we actually get more points per hype. And also, and it's meant for smaller content creators. And then Patreon's link below if you want to see self-improvement content as well. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.